The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. While some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, "All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down." Then they asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen?" He answered, "See that you not be deceived. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified. For such things must happen first, but it will not be immediately at the end." Then he said to them, "Nations will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Today I'm putting on red, and celebrating these martyrs. So, in the 17th and to the 19th century, the land of Vietnam suffered about 130,000 deaths to martyrdom for Christianity. Between 17th and 19th century, about 200 years, 130,000 people were killed for the faith. And they were killed under two different emperors. Usually I don't remember those names. The way the church grows is the seed of the martyrs. So Vietnam now has several thousands, in heaven. Yesterday we were talking about 144,000, you see? And in Vietnam alone, there are about 130,000 who taking their place there, spot. They were killed for the faith. They were martyred. They suffered terrible persecution. So Andrew Dung Lac, a priest, he was one of them, a priest. He was baptized at 15, and went to the seminary 1,300 miles from where he lives. 1,300 miles. And guess what? In the 17th and the 18th century, what kind of cars do they use then? Or airplane? 1,300 miles to get to school, to the seminary, before he was ordained. He was ordained only for a year, and he was killed. He was killed because the emperor at that time said they should walk on the cross, stamp on the cross of Jesus, to walk on it, to make a fun of it, to make a folly of it. And they refused. See, there's a lot that happened there. The Chinese were sending some missionaries surreptitiously underneath. It was like a church the church in the catacombs, hidden. And the Japanese were supporting, but they didn't want anything foreign to come into that place. But many, many years, even around that time, in 1884, there's this bishop called Bishop Charles de Forbin-Jansen in France, in Paris. He gathered little children together. And he told them, we know what's going on in Vietnam. We know what's going on in Paris, in Japan. We know what's going on in Korea and in China. What was going on? Christianity was forbidden. So he got all these kids together. And what did they do? Pray a Hail Mary every day. And donate a coin every week to be sent to Vietnam, China, Japan, and Korea, to take care of the kids that are there. So he made a connection. Bishop Charles de Forbin-Jansen. So when looking at these guys who were killed at this same particular time, some of them were members of the society that this bishop formed from France to take care of their brothers and sisters where they were. And so, the Catholic Church is a big organization. Not just, and whatever happens at the other end affects what happens at the other end. So in Africa, we have the martyrs of Uganda who were killed, and Kizito was 13. Amongst these ones, there's one child who is 9. He was martyred, 9. And guess what? They dealt with his body in such a way that he could pull his skin and threw it at the judge. The judge who was judging, he could pull his skin was already strangulated. The young boy did not give in. The church never dies. We want the American martyrs because we are now very comfortable, too comfortable. So you know what people have done for the faith? Yeah. We probably have some blessed on the way. But I tell you now, solemnly, and I tell you solemnly, the time is coming. And it's almost very here. When you now see the pious and the impious, the battle is raging right now. Because now we are getting to a point where America cannot continue to live in indolence and nonchalance. No. We must now wake up. Because, you know, the forces of evil are very, they know their target. And their target is to diminish the good. But you know it's impossible to diminish the good. It's impossible to diminish the life of the church that has been born. We must rise. We must take our rosaries. We must equip ourselves. If we think that what is going on in America right now is just, like, let's just, we're doing good, then you're not seeing yet. The forces of evil are rising from every, and they want to dement any angle. You see, I was in Nigeria, and now every day. Bishop Charles IV Binjan, I told this story so well for kids for over 14 years. And I taught them how to pray the rosary and taught them how to connect. But here I am in America. Now I can see very clearly because I was kneeling down at St. Vincent Center in the chapel, one of my favorite chapels, that I have prayed before. And I could see the bridge between Nigeria and America. And I was right in the middle of that bridge. It was like fidei donum, the kind of power of grace between those nations, connecting spiritual graces. I was very, very shocked. It was like I was so humbled and wondering, what's going on? Why am I here? But I tell you, in every little way, you need to fan the flame. And that's why I'm going to the young people. Because that's the tomorrow that we are yet to get. That's why I go to the young people. I need everybody's support. To go to the young, to go to the children, like our students, everywhere, wherever they are, to steer into flame. Because the days are coming. We cannot live in nonchalance. We cannot live in, we are okay. No, we're not okay. We're not okay. When I look at the social media sometimes, I'm so shocked that even now, people say, I know when I put this thing about God, nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody's going, So you already hear that. You already see that God is being opposed. His ways are being opposed. But he gains victory at the end of the day. There is hellfire, and we can hear it today. There's hellfire, and there is heaven. And those who think, for example, there will be a conversation between God and them, and why did you do that? You heard that today. It's just swift, the sickle. Because those who belong to good, they know. Those who don't belong to the good. The Lord comes to judge the earth. We will create our own martyrs. The time is here. Or else we don't have intercessors in heaven. And America is too big not to have intercessors in heaven. Very many continents have intercessors in heaven. Are you ready to die for your faith? Let us rise and pray.